Hey, give y'all a minute to get up man, look, I don't know what's going on out there in the cyberspace. Don't know what's going on out in the cyberspace. You feel me, man? I've been out here in the gym for the last 3 weeks, man, doing 2 a days. I forgot to plug in with y'all, man, and do the Stack Money Sundays yesterday. But we're gonna turn this into a Make Money Monday. So, listen, let me get straight into it, man. Those who come in, they come, but those who don't, they don't. But check this out, man. The number one thing, man, when it comes down to stacking money, man, is that a lot of people talk themselves out of hustling because the worst people have, man, is a fear of failure, man. That self-doubt is a motherfucker, and before you start making money, man, you gotta first have a belief in yourself. Because, as somebody, man, who been out here, man, entrepreneur, man, flipping and gripping, man, grinding things, shaking shit, you know, it's scary, man, when you come from being a 9 to 5, a paycheck nigga, man, then you don't have that paycheck coming in no more. In your whole life, man, you basically turning, burning, and learning, man. You gotta make shit shake, gotta make it jump, man. Long story short, you gotta have that self-determination, man, where you tell yourself, fuck it. Come rain, hell, sleet, or snow, I'm gonna make it. Next thing is, man, when it come down to really getting to it, you can't be a lazy motherfucker, man. And so many people out here, they want to be millionaires, they want to be lazy too. The first couple of little Stack Money Sundays dreams and shit that I was doing, you had a bunch of people who were talking about, hey, I'm trying to work a full-time job and I'm trying to hustle, man. And it's like, look, man, number one, nobody ever said making money was gonna be easy. Shit, if it was easy, then the average salary or the average income in America wouldn't be $60,000 a year if getting rich was easy. Now, if you go on YouTube, you scavenge YouTube, look all the way through it, research it, rewind mine, it's mortifying. You gonna find the videos with the highest views or people that tell you go out here and go to Navy Federal and get you a high limit credit card and go and get you some business credit and you use that and you flip it, shake it down, press it, rub it together, and folks are telling you stuff that don't work. You know, the vast majority of stuff you're gonna find out here on this YouTube space in terms of entrepreneurship is a bunch of folks out here selling you lies, hogwash, and pipe dreams, man. Now, you have folks talking about, man, you need to go do some net 30s and, go and get you a NAV business account and all this shit. Man, listen, everything in business is based off of your personal credit. So if you got fucked up credit, you not in no place to start a business really for another 2 years. You feel me? You can do it. I did it with bad credit starting off, but it took 2 years to get my credit up to 700 and 720. And in business is already risky, especially a startup business, because inevitably, when you first starting off in business, you're going to make mistakes. It's impossible not to make mistakes. Even if you are a seasoned veteran, you still can make one bad turn and fuck everything up. I mean, look at Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was a pioneer of wrestling, professional wrestling. Vince McMahon went broke, or he lost $1 billion in a matter of a few days. So if Vince McMahon can lose $1 billion in a matter of a few days, then what you think that means for the average common person? Now, when you starting off in business, before you get anything popping, you need to make sure that you got 3 sets of lawyers. And this is long form content. This ain't no easy, imaginary formula for getting rich. But this is like real practical advice. Before you do anything in business, the first thing that you need to have is you need to have 3 sets of lawyers. You have to have 1 set of lawyers for, your cheap issues, like your simple shit that you do, right? Just sending off paperwork, right? Now, cease and desist, something like cease and desist or like, declaratory judgments, paperwork type of things is very difficult for a seasoned lawyer to fuck something like that up, right? So, when you got that type of shit going on, you need to have you a cheap little lawyer. A lawyer that's $75 an hour, $50 an hour. You know, Go and find you like a legal aid lawyer, somebody who just starting off to handle a lot of that paperwork. You don't want to go and get no high price Wall Street lawyer do some rudimentary ass paperwork shit for you. Nah, you just basically paying them for the bar stamp. The next thing you need middle middle tier lawyer. This is your lawyer for, hey, you done got into some trouble. They can do a lot of the running around stuff that, your cheap lawyer, you don't trust them to do that type of shit. Because the legal system is all about who you know and what you know. So you need a middle tier lawyer to do a lot of like little footwork type shit. Then you need your high power lawyer for when you really fuck up. When you really fuck up, you need to go to those people with the name to get you up out this shit. Now, the next thing is you gotta have an accountant, and you really need 2 accountants. Okay, you really need 2 accountants. You need an accountant for bookkeeping. Even if you have QuickBooks, you need an accountant for bookkeeping. But your bookkeeping accountant should be separate than your tax accountant. Okay? And here's the reason why. You need a process to find things that you may not be able to see. Okay? And it's a bunch of people that have accountants and shit stealing from them. But you need somebody to proofread the proofreader. Okay? So these are your cornerstones before you start filing LLCs and all of that crazy shit. Go and find you some some accountants that can handle bookkeeping, that's called at bookkeeping, and one that's called at taxes. Now, the reason why you need one that's called at bookkeeping, because making money in business is relatively easy as long as you're operating within the right margins. And my content is tailored towards people who don't have as many resources as other people. And by folks, I mean women. But long story short, you want to make sure that you figure out what margins you're operating inside of. This is where, you know, your tax accountant kind of comes in, because your tax accountant should be able to tell you, hey, listen, this ain't right, right? They might have some financial planning experience. That's what you really want. You really want an accountant who has experience with financial planning. Now, when you find you an accountant that got experience with financial planning, and they look at your margins, they can tell you where you lacking in business, where you growing, where you not growing, and they should be able to research your NAICS code to tell you, for your industry, you doing good, you doing bad, you doing better than average, or you doing worse than average. And these are the indicators on performance. But more importantly, let me condense this back down and bring it back to Front Street. Many people go into business for the wrong reasons. People go into business to make money. And what happens is, I see it all the time. People call me up, they'll be like, yo, I'm trying to make money. You can make money doing this. You can make money doing that. And folks will go into a business simply because they know somebody who's making money doing it. But the reason why come that person is making money doing it could be the very reason why you can't make money doing it. All right? Like, it's a lot of money in auto repair, but I'm not a mechanic. So it don't make sense for me to go and open up a repair shop. Now, I have a repair shop because I own a car dealership. But my point is don't go chasing money in a field that you don't know about. If you want to know what business you should get into, what do you do every day at your job? When whatever you do for a job, it's a system, for the most part, that governs what you do. And you have expertise, experience in that if you've been working there for a year or more. So the first thing that you really need to do, if you really want to know what business to get into, do exactly what the fuck you already do at work every day and turn it into your own business. You become the boss, hire people to work for you, and you become the boss of your own job. You got all of the knowledge in that. You got all of the skill sets in that. You have all of the know-how. You got the connections. You know where y'all going, get y'all products from. If you work in food service, y'all know the companies that bring the food in there. You call up that same company, say, hey, my name is J&J Fish and Sausages, and I got a new company. I want to see what it takes to open up an account with y'all to start selling chicken and sausages. They gonna tell you what the process is for them to fuck with you. You go and get the equipment, you go and get the tools and all of that shit. And when you starting off, you can rent a lot of stuff, right? You ain't necessarily gotta buy it. You can rent a lot of the things that you need. Now, your business location, the size of where you at and all that shit, it really don't make no difference. Why? Because the internet is the great equalizer. And the more successful your business is going to be, or your hustle, all really comes from advertising. Some people say, I don't need advertising. I'm going to do word of mouth. Word of mouth is not an effective form of advertising. Okay. Now, think about this. Gus has some of the best chicken in Memphis. But if you're not from Memphis, you don't know that. If you ain't never been to Memphis, you don't know that. And if you go to Memphis and you research a chicken restaurant, is Churches and Popeyes gonna pop up before Gus? It's likely. That's highly likely. Okay? Highly likely. My point is the success of your business is directly associated with your marketing and advertising campaign. Okay? You can have the best products in the world. If don't nobody know about them, it's just as bad as not having them at all. So when you budgeting stuff, people spend too much money on a product. And one of the biggest falls that I see people do is try to have the absolute best shit starting off. Man, you need to create a competent product that's serviceable. Okay? If you creating a hamburger shack, you don't need to focus on your shit being better than McDonald's. Okay? You need some of that money you will spend on buying A quality beef and all that shit. You can spend that money on advertising, reach more people, sell more products. Okay? Once you get established and stuff like that, you get a footprint out there, then you can elevate your products and you can offer better services. Because once you got a footprint out there, people know you, you got a reputation, they're willing to spend more money with you, therefore you can charge more for your products. But starting off, you want to make sure that you're doing the advertising to reach people. Make sure that you keep stocking inventory. And listen, man, that's it for today, man. I'm gonna hit y'all with another Stack Money Sunday next week. Peace.